Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 345. 345. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got finished on watching NXT and check out my new shirt, the Nikita Lyons shirt, even though she didn't wrestle because she was hurt. But she represents NXT. Thinking of her, so Nikita Lyons, if you're watching, thinking of you, girl. Hope you get better. NXT Vengeance Day, decided to do a live reaction with my good buddies Brandon Martin, Jody Scow, Dante Pittman, Andrew Hawking, Kevin Dede, if you will. Angel was in the house as well. And a lot of good stuff that's been going on. And, Vengeance Day, now we just set up for Stand and Deliver. You check out Stand and Deliver's new logo. It's pretty epic, let me tell you. So, so a lot of craziness has happened here on NXT. So on NXT Vengeance Day, a lot of stuff is happening, and I'll tell you what, this is something that this is an event that a lot of good folks have been waiting for. We have a lot of we have a lot of things to get to, so a lot of ground to cover. So we get, like I said, had a rough day, morning, early afternoon, but flat tire and all. But a lot of things, a lot of circumstances happen. So, and plus, probably a day off is probably what I need to get my attitude back in good shape and everything else. And hopefully, some church time with my parents and my church family, very important as well. And I think I think it was very highly imperative. So so it's something that I need, and it'll be good. So let's kick off NXT Vengeance Day since 2023. The North American title was on the line first as Wes Lee defends against Dijak. And Wes Lee, let me tell you something. This match, to me, I call it, and I talked to chat with my friends Brandon Martin, Jordy Scow, and the rest of the gang over there on Brandon Martin's channel. I call this the table-setting matchup, and it was quite the table-setting matchup. I mean, every time Dijak has a move, Wes Lee has a counter for it. Near falls, pinfalls, even Dijak was a couple of times close to beating Wes Lee for the championship and all. But in the end, what a match it was. The Dawn of NXT, Mr. Tony D'Angelo and the Underboss, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, tried to get involved in the matchup. Dijak Dijak flew right into him, or Wes Lee flew into them. Dijak says, "Stay out of my way." But in the end, Wes Lee ended up pinning Dijak. But if you look at his left middle finger, it was bent. I'm like, and I looked at it, and I dropped the phone. It was quite the reaction. And the crazy part is, it reminds me of Psycho Sid's leg in that Fatal 4-Way matchup. And for the World Heavyweight title back in WCW Sin, the pay-per-view. It involved Scott Steiner, but it also involved Sid Vicious as well. And I forgot the other two people, and they were mentioned about that. I gotta look that up, but now I'm forgetting. Losing my train of thought there, so. Alright. So there's that. Then Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed the women's tag team champs, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Saying, hey, we've been friends for a long time. We're going to hold on to these belts for a long time. Longest reigning tag team champions. The women's tag team titles on the line as Katana Chance and Kaden Carter defending it against Fallon Henley and Kiana James. As you know, The team, Fallon Henley, Kiana James came about because Brooks Jensen's got a bit of a crush on Kiana James, and this was something that this was something I'm like, oh, Brooks Jensen's done it again. He's trying to pick up a girl. Finally, then but though the intro was pretty cool by Charlotte Flair, a native of Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, as nicknamed, and introducing the players to the team, and which is really, really super cool. And there was a heck of a matchup, near falls, and everything, near falls, everything. But here's the cool part: as Fallon Henley went to go pin, I believe, Katana Chance, or is it Kaden Carter? Kiana James held down the feet of Kaden Carter. And now we have new women's tag team champions in Fallon Henley and Kiana James. And this will be interesting, adding a new dynamic to the women's tag team division. And ending the longest reign of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And I'll tell you what, defeating Toxic Attraction is neat. More on Toxic Attraction, though. And Drew Gulak was talking to Hank Walker on the Instagram thing. He said, hey, this is how you do it. And then Lyra Valkyria cut a promo on Cora Jade, which they're going to be squaring off this coming Tuesday night on NXT. And then the 2 or 3 falls, Apollo Crews versus Carmelo Hayes. I got to tell you, well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Trick Williams with that cool looking silver shirt. I want one of those in my size, man. Let me be staying out, got some serious blingage, That must cost a pretty penny to wear a silver shirt like Trick Williams, man. Trust me on this one. But it was a heck of a matchup. Carmelo Hayes did pick up the first victory via submission. First fall. So it was 2 out of 3 falls. In the second fall, during the match, a shocking, in fact, Jordy Scow did it again. Jordy Scow did it again. This happened last time during the conversation. We were talking about Flats to Flounders. Is Thomas F. Wilson, the guy who played Biff Tannen, the voice of Flats to Flounders? So let me look it up. And I looked it up. It was Thomas F. Wilson who played we're like, holy crap, And he did it again. He said, imagine the commander be at Apollo Crews' side. I said, yeah, that'd be something if that happens. And sure enough, Commander Aziz was in Apollo Crews' corner. I'm like, oh no! I was like, oh my gosh, we did it, Jordan! You did it again. It was then, but it distracted Apollo Crews long enough, and Carmelo Hayes picked that on it. 2 falls in a row, and then afterwards, Aziz helped up Carmelo Hayes, gave him a hug, but then he turned his look, and Brandon Martin called it. He goes, I smell a turn coming, and then Aziz attacked Apollo Crews. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. And I was like, Brandon Martin, you called it. We called it. We were freaking out about that. That was really, really wild. Really, really wild stuff, man. Let me tell you. That was after the match. And on in Instagram, Valentina Feroz and Randy Chu saying hi and having a lot of fun. And then Electra Lopez walks by them. She's like, oh, whatever. And then Henley and James celebrate with Briggs and Jensen. They got the champagne. So we're going to party. We're ready to go and all that. So this is great. Then there was the Tag Team Championship matchup. The NXT titles and a Fatal 4-Way matchup. Thea Hale reminds me if Dana Brooke had a younger twin sister who was hyped up on sugar. Hyped up on caffeine. Because the way she goes crazy at ringside, it's fun to watch. And Thea Hale's a fun person. I like Thea Hale. New Day defense against Chase U. That would be the team of Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. And that would be the team of Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Elton Prince. Clever. Named after 2 great legendary singers. You get Prince and Elton John. Elton Prince. Although you put the John in there, it'd be E.J. Prince. Imagine that. All right? Anyways, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. And the Gallus Boys. Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. Gallus Boys on top. I picked Gallus to win this matchup because they were like kind of due. And it was a heck of a matchup. New Day were the Triple Crown champions, tag team champions. It was a heck of a matchup. Everybody was going crazy, and there was one spot where Thea Hale yelled in the horn there. Oh, scared Pretty Deadly. It was hilarious. Pretty Deadly, very entertaining tag team. I can imagine them on the main roster. I think my friend Angel called them Dollar Store Brizongo or something like that, or I'm more like a dollar store Billy and Chuck, you know. But why did I digress? Anyways, we have new tag team champions, and I called it. Gallus was going to win the titles, and Gallus did. So Gallus boys on top. All right, so that means. Now you know the other teams waiting in the wings. Indu's Share, who picked up a victory over the Creed brothers. The Creeds will be waiting. Briggs and Jensen, they could be waiting for a tag team title shot and trying to add more gold to their stable. Inoue and Adrius Inoue and Malik Blade. The Dyad from the Schism team. This could be a great tag team division. Is pretty good in NXT. We'll see what happens. Then the Women's Championship was on the line. Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. At first, Toxic Attraction was working together until they decided pushing and shoving, sniping at each other. And it was supposed to be every woman for themselves in a triple threat. Roxanne Perez took advantage of that situation and ended up winning the match and retaining the title. Now, there were rumors going around. Tasha Steelz, who ended her contract with Impact, and says, on to the next chapter, and she capitalized in next NXT. Will she arrive in NXT? Well, Carmella Hayes has a little bit of history with her during their time in Chaotic Wrestling in New England. We shall see about that. And then, the main event. The NXT title was on the line. Grayson Waller, who got a hot woman holding his golden boot and wearing the chain headdress that Scott Steiner, Braun Breaker's uncle, would wear. And then he had this crazy entrance with all these girls holding champagne and all that. Hey, I'm going, oh God. Oh God, Grayson Waller, man. That guy is too much. And then Braun Breaker came in. Steel cage match. It got to the point where Grayson Waller made Braun Breaker upset. But Braun Breaker ended up pinning him and retaining the titles. And then Carmella Hayes comes out and sees Braun Breaker. It seems like Carmella Hayes is taking the next step. And I think Braun Breaker did tell Hayes and Apollo Crews that whoever wins gets a shot in the next shot in the NXT title. Hayes versus Breaker at Stand and Deliver? Let's go. You know what? That's pretty cool stuff, man. And well, that is all the time we have on the show for episode 345 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 NXT Vengeance Day 2023 Event Center. And we'll see the fallout from that this coming Tuesday. So I'm really excited about that. Due to all the circumstances that have happened, I'm unable to do the Donkey Kong Saturday Shenanigan-cade. I'm very, very sorry about that, folks, but I will do it tomorrow instead. All right? So I do have tomorrow off, and like I said, there's nothing on TV to watch. Be a perfect opportunity. I was going to call it the Weekend Shenanigan-cade. Just in case, because with everything going on and everything else is driving me crazy, I don't know. So, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Hopefully you stay warm. It's still 13 degrees here in the New England area here, especially here in New Bedford. So, until the next episode comes around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.